Hello, I want to talk about the Hoplite, a very underrated shield that people still think is broken. That the health penalty of the shield is so great that it plummets your health into the negatives, which will instantly kill you when you take damage. And for somebody who currently should be dead, I'm currently kicking a whole lot of ass. So why is that? What's going on here? The answer to that is Gearbox did know about this issue, and they implemented a check where if the health penalty of a shield exceeds your maximum HP instead becomes 1, as you can see. However, if I can kill this marauder. Uh, However, this check will break if you have percentage health increases from skills, relics, or, most unfortunately, badass rank. To demonstrate this, when I equip this Blood of the Seraphs, my health goes below 0, and now when I take damage, I instantly die. Very cool. Also, I might have just lied to you. The amount of percentage HP you can have before this check breaks depends on the health penalty of your shield. So if I equip this Blood of the Ancients, my health goes back up to 1, and I can survive this Quasar Grenade no problem. Neat. So, why would you want to use the Hoplite? And also, what Hoplites should you use? Uh, I would recommend one of these three Hoplites. The Triple Pangolin, Triple Torg, or Triple Bandit. Of the three, I think the Triple Bandit is the best, because I prefer having a higher recharge rate. However, something that needs to be noted about the Triple Bandit is that it has a various it has a very unfortunate bug associated with it, where if you have shield capacity increases, the game seems to be unable to recognize what your maximum shield capacity is, and will now constantly notify you that your shield is full. Very annoying. Thankfully, the triple torque hoplite is nearly just as good, and I'm going to be using the triple torque hoplite to compare to the other two best shields in the game, the blockade and the antagonist. So if you compare it to the very popular Hyperion blockade, you can see that the hoplite has 4.1 times the capacity, 1.8 times the recharge rate, and it's only 0.78 seconds slower than the Hyperion blockade. Comparing it to the Bandit blockade, you are getting 3 times the capacity, 1.15 times the recharge rate, and the hoplite is actually 1.77 seconds faster than the Bandit blockade. And with the Pangolin blockade, you're getting 2.2 times the capacity, 2.2 or 2.7 times the recharge rate, and a pretty big 4.29 seconds faster recharge delay. Comparing it to the antagonist, the Hyperion antagonist, you're getting 3 times the capacity, 2.5 times the recharge rate, and only 1.14 seconds slower recharge delay. Comparing it to the Bandit antagonist, you're getting 2.4 times the capacity, 1.3 times the recharge rate, and only 0.25 faster on the recharge delay. Comparing it to the Pangolin antagonist, you're getting 1.8 times the capacity, 3.7 times the recharge rate, and a 2.61 seconds faster recharge delay. So yeah, in terms of pure numbers, the Hoplite is just a better shield than the antagonist or the blockade. That being said, I like to think of these three shields as being on a spectrum, where At one side of the spectrum, you have the blockade, which has the least amount of shield capacity, but it also has always active 52.5% damage reduction. Then in the middle, you get the. If I can find it. Then somewhere in the middle, you have the antagonist, which has more capacity and damage reduction, but that's type C damage reduction, which only works against bullets, and it also only works 50% of the time. And then at the very end of the spectrum, you have the Hoplite, which has stats. Nothing but stats. Very good stats. Of these three shields, I still do think that the blockade is probably the best of them, but I'm more so here to point out the fact that the Hoplite has always been in this fight. Nobody just seems to have recognized it. Moving on. So the key to making the Hoplite work is percentage-based shield regen skills, of which four of the Vault Hunters have it. Axton can get the most at 10%, Gaige can get up to 8%, Maya can get up to 4%, and Zero gets up to 3.5%. Uh, this works very well with the Hoplite due to its very massive capacity. To give something of a floor to this, Zero, who has the least amount of it at 3.5%, using a triple Torg Hoplite and no other shield capacity increases other than the Hoplite's natural uh, shield capacity increases that you get from the red text. Zero is going to be regenerating 800,000 shield capacity a second, which is quite a lot. And to compare that to this Gaige with Myelin and the Hoplite's own shield increases, capacity increases, she's going to be regenerating over 2 million shield capacity a second on kill, which is more than enough to help keep you healthy. Uh, at this point, I need to point out the fact that you are not getting these stats for nothing. You are making the very real and very heavy trade off of sacrificing your health gain. If you take enough damage to kill you while wearing this shield, you will die because you have no health gain. For most enemy attacks, this isn't actually that big of a deal, but for heavy hitters such as Goliath Blasters or Heavy Nomads, uh, it's going to hurt a lot more than a standard shield. But in my experience, it's not that much different because it'll still kill you, but even with a standard shield, that's also still going to kill you. The only difference is you just get a second worth of invincibility from Health Gate for you to try and do something about it. So yeah. Moving. The other thing I need to point out about the Hoplite is when you exit Fight for Your Life, you will be set to 33% of your maximum HP, and because Borderlands likes to round down, that means when the game revives you, you now have 0 HP, which will instantly knock you back into Fight for Your Life. For that reason, you need to either have a Moxie gun equipped and simply switch to it while doing damage while in Fight for Your Life, or you need to have a class mod that gives you health regen. Otherwise, you're going to go into a Fight for Your Life loop and probably bleed out and die. To go over this build, it's nothing too innovative in my opinion. The standout skills to point out, though, would be Unstoppable Force for the percentage shield regen, Made of Sterner Stuff for the damage reduction, and very importantly, Sharing is Caring. Uh, as the red text for the Hoplite says, because the capacity is increased for every Hoplite equipped in the party. This includes both yourself and Death Trap, which means summoning Death Trap will give you another 20% shield capacity. And something else I need to point out is the reason why I am using a triple pangolin hoplite. This is because the other hoplite variants don't work too well sharing as carrying. This is because the health penalty of the hoplite is applied to you, not Death Trap, which means you're getting twice the health penalty. And with the other two hoplites, this will kill you. Something else to point out is the health penalty is persistent so long as Death Trap is summoned. And I also still need to point out something else, so to save put to resummon Death Trap quickly, I have this Torg Hoplite equipped. If I summon Death Trap, this kills me. However, and this goes back to the fact that there's some pretty fucked up background math going on with the shield penalties of turtle shields that I just don't really understand. So if we equip this Blood of the Seraphs, and then summon Death Trap, I am now alive. I don't really get it. Other skills to point out, Mylin for the shock resistance and shield capacity is very nice. And a skill that would be nice to take, but you cannot take, is Blood-Soaked Shields. This is because losing any percent of 1 is as good as losing 100%. As so far as the game is concerned, 0.95 HP is the exact same thing as 0 HP, which will instantly kill you. So that is the build. No badass rank. These are my weapons, shields. I will usually equip the shock bone. I'm running the legendary anarchist, although you can definitely run the necromancer class mod from the Tiny Tina DLC, and I think that covers most of the big things about trying to do a hoplite build. I could make a couple more videos with the other Vault Hunters with the Hoplite if you guys want. I might just do it anyways, but thanks for watching. So I figured I would also include a little bit of gameplay featuring this build. Nothing has changed. Twister, Pimp, Slow Hand, Norfleet, Shockbone, no badass rank, same build. So, let's get to mobbing. Nothing too dangerous. Very good damage. Oh, I missed a nomad. That's a heavy. Gotta kill him before he kills me. And I gotta retreat. I think that slag barrel behind me just blew up. And I'm gonna just use an Orpheus to get a second win. You didn't get slayed. Summon Death Trap. Switch. Nope. I'm at 0 HP, so I need to heal off this Moxie gun. I'm now fine. And get wrecked. Something I forgot to point out earlier in the video is the fact that for every person who wears the Hoplite, you also get a speed penalty. So I am currently moving a lot slower due to having Death Trap out. Always be on the lookout for heavy nomads in Sawtooth Cauldron. Oh, there's a couple dudes behind me. I should probably pay attention. Oh, there is a heavy. Something that's very nice about the Hoplite is you can just face tank Suiciders. Basically still alive. I'm gonna have to go up there. Hmm. There's a dude behind me. Do you not? I'm out of ammo. But that's what the pimple's for. Get deleted. So yeah, I think you guys... Oh, there's a loot midget. And he's immune to slay. What a dick. And nothing good. So yeah, thanks for watching.